A former FBI director was just indicted by the Trump Justice Department. Here's what we know. A federal grand jury in Virginia indicted former FBI Director James Comey. The two-page indictment is brief, but says Comey has been charged with one count of making false statements and another of obstruction of justice. This all stems from a 2020 Senate hearing where Comey was asked by Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz about testimony he gave in 2017 that he did not authorize leaking information about the FBI's investigations into then President Trump or former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Here's some of that testimony.
Mr. McCabe, who works for you, has publicly and repeatedly stated that he leaked information to the Wall Street Journal and that you were directly aware of it and that you directly authorized it. Now, what Mr. McCabe is saying and what you testified to this committee cannot both be true. One or the other is false. Who's telling the truth?
I can only speak to my testimony. I stand by what the testimony you summarized that I gave in May of 2017.
In a 2018 Justice Department Inspector General's report, Andrew McCabe, then Comey's deputy, said Comey authorized him to leak information to the press. The report also found that Comey made multiple false statements. The statute of limitations for the charges was set to expire Tuesday. Over the weekend, in a Truth Social post, President Trump called on his Attorney General, Pam Bondi, to go after some of his political rivals. Days later, Bondi announced the charges against Comey. President Trump denies this is about retribution. Attorney General Pam Bondi says the Justice Department will follow the facts in the case and that no one is above the law. Comey denies the charges and says he is not scared of President Trump.
My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
Republican Senator Ted Cruz had this reaction to the indictment.
Jim Comey, I think, demonstrated complete arrogance and unwillingness to comply with the law. I think that's why he was indicted. He was not indicted because Donald Trump doesn't like him, although to be clear, Donald Trump has every reason not to like him because Jim Comey abused the power of the FBI to target and persecute Donald Trump because he didn't like him and because he was mad at the American people for electing him.
And Democrats like Hakeem Jeffries say the charges will be dismissed. Comey could face up to 5 years in prison. Now his arraignment is set for October 9th before the same U.S. district judge that was appointed by former President Joe Biden.